Hello kids. So in today's class we are going to do the next exercise 4B from RS Agarwal, and this exercise is based on the divisibility checks. So what I have done here is I have created a table which contain the divisibility check for all these numbers. I have mentioned all the rules which we will be using, which we have already learned in NCERT. Okay, so let's go through this table first. First we have number 2. So if we have to check that a number is divisible by 2, the rule says the last digit of the number should be 0, 2 or a multiple of 2. Or you can also say it can be any even number. Then for 3 we have the sum of all the digits of the number which we are going to check. It should be divisible by 3. Okay. Then we have 4. So for 4, the last two digits of the given number should be divisible by 4. See kids, we have already done this and we have done the questions based on these. Coming to number 5, the last digit of the number should either be 0 or it should be a multiple of 5. Next, we have 6. For this, the number should be divisible by both 2 and 3. So, if the number is divisible only by 2 but not by 3, then it is not divisible by 6 also. So, the criteria is, the rule is that the number should be divisible by both the numbers 2 and 3. Next, we have 7. So, for number 7, the difference between the twice the ones place digit, that is the number which is present at the ones place, we will take twice of that number and then we are going to subtract that number from the number which is formed by a remaining digit. Okay, we have done the questions based on this, and the number, the final number which we are going to get, that is the difference, it should either be 0 or it should be a multiple of 7. Next we have number 8. For number 8 we have the last 3 digits of the number should be divisible by 8. Okay, and for 9, the sum of all the digits of the given of the number, it should be divisible by 9. Coming to 10, it is very simple, the last digit of the number should be 0 always. Next we have 11. So for 11, if the difference in the sum of the digit at the even places and the sum of the digit at odd places is 0 or a multiple of 11, then this number is divisible by 11. So what we have done here is we have sum up the digits at the even place and then we sum up the digits at the odd place, and then we find out the difference between these two sums. So if the difference is either 0 or a multiple of 11, then that number is a multiple of 11. It is divisible by 11, right? So now these are the rules, and let's start quickly with the exercise. So kids, again, I'm going to pick few questions from every few these parts from these questions, because we have already done many questions from NCERT based on this. Okay, so let's start with this. First question is, test the divisibility of the following numbers by 2. So what is the rule for that? The last number, the last digit should either be 0 or 2 or a multiple of 2, or you can say it can be an even number. So let's do all these quickly. It is 0, which means this one is divisible by 2, correct? This, it is not 0 or not any even number, so this is not divisible. The last number is even number, it's a multiple of 2. This one is also divisible by 2. This one is not, because it's odd number. 6 is even, it is divisible. 4 is even, this is also divisible, right? Now coming to 3. So for 3, what I am doing, kids, I am just going to solve 3 parts. Okay, so I am picking, I'm just writing answer number 2 here. In answer number 2, I'm going to pick the second part first, this one. So we have 1, 0, 0, 3 and 8. And what is the rule? We have to sum up all the digits. We have to sum up all the digits. So what is the sum here? This is 8 plus 3, 11, plus 1, 12. We will get 12. So now this 12, the sum should be a multiple of 3. So we know that 12 is a multiple of 3. So that means this number, it is also divisible by 3. Easy. What we have done, we have added up all the numbers, and the number, the total sum which we have got here, it's a multiple of 3. So I'm writing here 12 is a multiple of 3. So 10038 is divisible by 3. Is divisible by 3. Done? Next. Next I'm going to pick this number, which is fifth part, 79124. Again same thing. Let's add all these numbers. So what we have here is 9 plus 1 10 plus 7 17 plus 2 19, 19 plus 4 is 23. 23 is not a multiple of 3. So since 23 is not a multiple of 3, so this complete number, it is not divisible by 3. Okay, so I'm writing here 23 is not a multiple of 3. Hence, the given number, which is 719124, is not divisible by 3. Okay, so this is not divisible. So kids, the rest of the questions I am marking in red, which is homework for you. You have to do question number 4th, 3rd, 6th and 1st. Okay, you have to pick these questions yourself. Now coming to the question number 3rd. So what we have here is, let's try to do this question here only. Test the divisibility of the following numbers by 4. What is the criteria? The last two numbers should be multiple of 4. So we will see what are the last two numbers here. So the last two numbers in this case is 18, and we know that 18 is not a multiple of 4. Okay, so this is not divisible. Similarly, we have 14 here, which is also not divisible, which is also not a multiple of 4. So this is also not done. Then we have 12. 12 is a multiple of 4, right? 4 multiplied by 3 will get 12. That means this number is divisible by 4. Why? Because the last two digits of the number is divisible by 4. Coming to this, the last two digits are 56, and in the table of 4 we have 56. 4 multiplied by 9 will give us 56. That means this complete number is also divisible by 4, because the last two numbers are divisible by 4. So this is divisible. Coming to 26, it is not divisible. And then we have 24. We know that 4 multiplied by 6 will give us 24. 24 is a multiple of 4, right? It is divisible by 4. So the complete number is also divisible by 4. Okay. Now test the divisibility of the following numbers by 5. Very easy. What was the criteria? It was that the last number, the last digit of the number should either be 0 or 5. So this is divisible because we have 5. Here we have 0, divisible. Here we have 8, so it is not divisible. Again we have 5, it is divisible. For 4, it is not. And with 0, so this complete number is also divisible by 5. Now we have question number 6. So again, I'm going to pick two parts here. I'm going to pick two numbers here. Here I'm picking this 4th and 6th part. Let's start with 4th. We have 934706. So what is the criteria? So the criteria to check for 6 is the number should be a multiple of both 2 and 3, right? So let's check with 2. Check with 2. So since we know that the last number is 6 here and it's even number, so the check with 2 says the number is divisible by 2 because the last number is even number, right? So this number is divisible by 2. Correct? Now let's check with 3. Check with 3. So what is the criteria for 3? Add up all the numbers. Let's do it. 9 plus 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 0 plus 6. This is 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 4, 16. 16 plus 7 is 23. 23 plus 6 is 29. So when we add up all these numbers, we will get 29, which is not a multiple of 3, because the criteria was the sum of the number should be a multiple of 3, which is not. So this complete number, so I'm writing here, check with 3, number is not divisible by 3. Okay, this number is not divisible by 3. So since the number is not divisible by 3, is not the since the number is not divisible by 3, hence it is not divisible by 6 also. 6. Okay, so kids, in all the questions you are doing, no, you have to mention the rule first, that what is the rule, what is the criteria, and then you have to start solving that question. Okay, next, sixth, we have 8, 7, 2, 5, 3, 6. So let's check with 2. Again, it's very easy. Check with 2 is past, because we have last number as 6, which is even number. So check with 2 is, it is divisible by 2. It is divisible by 2. Now let's check with 3. So check with 3 says add up all the numbers. 8 plus 7 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus 6. So 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17, right? 17 plus 5 is 22. Plus 3 is 25. 25 plus 6 is 31. So we have 31 here, and 31 means it is not a multiple of 3. So since it is not a multiple of 3, that means it is also not divisible by 6. Okay, so again I'm writing the same thing here. Since the number is not divisible by 3, is not divisible by 3, it's not divisible by 6 also. By 6 also. Done. And then again, rest of the questions I'm marking are homework for you. You have to do this. Same method you have to use. Okay. Now let's move to next question. Test the divisibility of the following numbers by 7. So kids, what is the criteria for 7? The criteria is we have to double the digit at the unit place, that is at ones place, and we have to subtract that sum from the remaining digit, from the number formed by remaining digits. Okay, so let's pick question number 1, question number 3 here. So first is 8 to 6. So what is the digit at unit place? It is 6. And what we are going to do? We are going to double this digit. So twice the digit at ones place will give us what? It will be, wait. Now, this is 2 multiplied by 6, that is 12. And what is the number which is formed by remaining digit? 82. So what we have to do? We have to, from the remaining digits, that is from the remaining number 82, we have to subtract this sum. 82 minus 12, which will give us 70. Right? So we have got this number 70. Now this number which we get here, it should either be 0 or a multiple of 7. And we can clearly see that 70 is a multiple of 7. So we will write, since 70 is a multiple of 7, so the number 826 is divisible by 7, right? by 7. This is easy. What we have done, we have taken the last digit and we have twice that digit. We have got 12, this number, and now we have to subtract this number from the remaining digit. So kids, we have already done this in NCERT. So let's pick the next part. We have 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what we are going to do, twice the ones digit. What we have at ones place, we have 5. So this is 2 multiplied by 5, which is 10. And now we have to subtract this 10 from the number formed by remaining digit, which is 234. So we'll have 234 minus 10, which will give us 224. And kids, if you divide this 224 with 7, it is divisible, right? So since again 224 is a multiple of 7, so the number 2345 is divisible by 7. Okay, and kids, again, how do we know that this number is divisible by 7? Again, we have two methods. One method is simply you can just check with the division, long division, right? Or the second is you can again take this number, okay, which this we have done earlier also, but again I'm telling you, again you can take this number and you can take twice this number. This will give you 8, right? And this 8 you have to subtract from 22, the remaining number. 22 minus 8, it will give you 22 minus 8 will give you 14, and 14 is a multiple of 7. So that means this is multiple of 7 and this complete number is also multiple of 7. Otherwise, what you can do is you can do a division. 7 3 21, 7 2 14. So there is no remainder, right? This is totally divisible. That means this complete number is totally divisible. It is up to you which way you want to take. Okay, next what we have here is, okay, so the remaining questions, kids, the mark in red, this you have to do yourself, and in case you feel any confusion in this, please mail me and we can take this over the next lesson. Now